And are any of us saying that there was not a deficiency in talent on the defensive side of the ball, too, to start the year? I mean, all these things are true.
Yeah.
And so I think he's handled that pretty well. But here we are now, and they're probably out once again, just watching the playoffs at home.
Okay, Pat, so Choppy would tell you that the Chargers have 10-month calendars because they don't show up for December or January ever. Right. Why is what impresses you about the Chargers, and are they any different? Are we gonna see December Chargers here?
I mean, yeah, I'm always a little tempted to go back to that, to think that there's a chance that they're going to revert to chargering, as it's now officially known as and called. But, I mean, he's Jim Harbaugh, man. He's a guy who kind of finds a way, and he's gritty and all this. So, I mean, I would not be surprised if this Chargers team exceeds the expectations of the previous regimes and the teams. Justin Herbert's awesome. I mean, he's inconsistent sometimes. I understand that. But some of the throws that he makes and the way that he's able to avoid defensive pressure and things like that is just mind-blowing when you see it sometimes in person. So if you haven't watched him closely, and I know a lot of football fans don't watch the Chargers closely, he's a guy who's pretty special, and he's doing a lot with a lot missing on their offensive line. So I think he'll be the key, is he can have some games where he turns it over more than he should, but I think that'll be one of the biggest keys. Can the Cowboys put pressure on Herbert, which every team just about it feels like most weeks, and then will he make mistakes in those moments, or will he be, Superman, which he's also shown the ability to do in those games as well, and some games as well. And so that'll be the biggest key to me is, can they get to Herbert, and then does he not fold under the pressure in those moments?
Remind us about the coverage and where you guys going to be this week and weekend.
Absolutely. Big Game Friday on NBC5 every Friday during the football season. Our game of the week, of course, will be out there at AT&T Stadium covering the Frisco Lone Star game. Stephenville also playing earlier in the day that day. And then Whataburger's Inside High School Sports now year-round, boys. Year-round on NBC5. Sundays at 10 a.m., 30 minutes of high school sports coverage in action. Love it every single week. Love this week every year. Cannot wait for the state championships at AT&T Stadium.
Thank you, brother. Fantastic as always. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys as well. Have a great weekend. Talk to you later.
Pat Doney, NBC5 on the D&M Leasing Hotline. The details on what happened to Rob Reiner and his wife, and Choppy has your third airport and DFW. That's next on Sean and RJ.
After we get you over to Platinum Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep, it is, of course, Steve at Gilchrist Home Store. It's Gilchrist Automotive, and you can get into the wrap up the year sales event happening right now at PlatinumCDRJTexas.com, right between I-20 and Highway 80. It is worth the short drive to Terrell to save a lot more on that vehicle. The Wrangler Sport S 4-door lease at $299 a month for 42 months. The Gladiator Mojave lease a month for 42 months. The Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, $9,500 off MSRP. By the way, no payments for 90 days. No payments for 90 days on select models when you finance your Stellantis Financial Services right now. A 2025 Ram, $1,500, 3.9% for 72 months and 20% off MSRP. The 2.9% for 72 months and $500 off MSRP. You can get a $2,500 Lone Star, almost $10,000 off MSRP, in the Compass Latitude Altitude 4x4, $6,500 off MSRP. PlatinumCDRJTexas.com to customize it, or travel a little further to save a lot more at Platinum Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep.
Up to date on sports? Of course you are, because you're rolling with Sean and RJ on 105.3 The Fan and on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn app.
A first-class buying experience. That's what you'll find at Mercedes-Benz of Plano. For 2 years, we've been the recipient of the J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence Award, and it's no wonder why. With state-of-the-art service, the largest Mercedes-Benz inventory in the country, and a history spanning over 80 years, we know what it means to be a dealer of excellence. Come by Mercedes-Benz of Plano for a first-class experience of your own. Dallas North Tollway at Spring Creek Parkway, and online at mbplano.com.
Build the perfect holiday meal at Whole Foods Market. From traditional holiday must-haves to creative twists, everything must pass their strict ingredient standards. Grab sales on their impressive centerpiece mains with no antibiotics ever. Aim to please with limited-time desserts like chocolate bourbon pecan pie. And ring in 2026 with sales on quality seafood. Shop for your celebration at Whole Foods Market with so many ways to save. Terms apply.
RJ Choppy here, my good friends over at QC Kinetics. Get you healthy, keep you healthy. We are going to deal with your joint pain. We are going to take you into the new year, getting rid of all that joint pain. Knees, hips, back, shoulders, elbows, ankles, wherever it may be. QC Kinetics has got you covered. Forget about that surgery. Forget about the steroid shots. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your friends with QC Kinetics right here in DFW. I did this 2021. Right elbow, right shoulder, left elbow, left shoulder pain. It was terrible. It was crippling. I needed my life back. I got it back with QC Kinetics. They don't believe that you need to have surgery. They don't believe that you need to have downtime. They believe you need restorative, regenerative medicine. Allows your body's own healing properties to target those aching joints. You feel alive again. QC Kinetics, 972-972-8610. Dallas, Fort Worth, Plano, Grapevine, 972-972-8610. No drugs, no steroids, no surgery, no downtime. QC Kinetics, 972-972-8610.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, live with your legs, man.
Santa, Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not that.
Of course he did, right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
And hell, I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies, right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch, so you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part, you can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed. 24 monthly bill credits for what qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge credits and balance due. Pay out for your cancel finance agreement. 256 gigs, $830 eligible. When in a new line, $100 plus a month plan with our pay plus taxes and fees required. Check out 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Tolos, we are back on the road for 105.3 The Fans Friday Football Feast. Come join me and Kevin broadcasting live from the home of the official taco of the Dallas Cowboys, Taco Bueno, at 4500 Long Prairie Road in Flower Mound from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll be previewing the upcoming Cowboys game and doing giveaways every hour. This week, come feast on some tamales, and don't forget to get your free taco after every Cowboys win. Come see us at Taco Bueno at 4500 Long Prairie Road in Flower Mound this Friday from 10 to 2. This segment of the fan is brought to you by Permapeer.
Football is heating up while the temperatures in DFW are dropping. The cold snaps and shifting Texas soil can bring out foundation issues fast. Don't fumble who handles your home's foundation repair. Call the Dirt Nerds at Permapeer Foundation Repair. Get a free foundation inspection at 844-919-7276 or go to dirtnerdsdfw.com.
And it's back to Sean and RJ right here, 105.3 The Fan segment here brought to you by the Arsenal and Jewelers. Frankel and Frankel, if you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first, 214-0817-333-3233. With Frankel and Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost. They only get paid when you win. Frankel and Frankel, the go-to car and truck attorneys in Dallas.
Hey, it's Sean and RJ here on DFW Sports Station 105.3 The Fan. Thanks for being a Tolo that stands for Turn It On, Leave It On. We have another concert ticket giveaway in the 9 o'clock hour tomorrow at this time. Brian Schottenheimer, I will try and beg and plead with him one final time to have this week be Dak Prescott's final game of the regular season.
Put in a good word for you.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Please do. Tommy Yarsh, DallasCowboys.com at 9:20. And again, those Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte tickets in the 9 a.m. The update on Rob Reiner with the details along with his wife.
Yeah, so his son Nick was arraigned. He did not make his first court appearance, but he was arraigned. No plea was entered. I guess they asked for some kind of a delay to get everything sorted out. So no plea was entered, but he did make an appearance in court. He had on what looked like to be one of the, like when you go to the dentist and they give you that like lead cover.
Yeah,
it looked like one of those that was full body, right? It was just like kind of like I don't know if it's to keep you from self-harming,
yeah,
or what. Could be.
You sent the ruthless opening to the New York Post article. Rob Reiner's drug-addicted son Nick hacked his beloved director, Dad and Mom Michelle, to death after a massive blow-up at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party on Saturday, where the Nepo baby freaked out everyone and left Reiner terrified of what he would do next.
How does the Post exist?
There was another article where they called him a junkie. They said his junkie son.
The Post is
they're so
the 1 foot in like news, 1 foot in the Inquirer.
Oh yeah,
Like that is their entire writing style.
Apparently his son had at least 17 stints in rehab since age 50.
There's a really good timeline that was put out on social media. Yesterday I posted on my Instagram. But they were at the holiday party, the Conan O'Brien Christmas party, right? So it was Rob and his wife Michelle.
And the other sad thing about this man, it seemed like Rob took him everywhere.
Everywhere.
Rob took him to every dinner, all the premieres, all the events. It wasn't like,
He was doing a really good job of trying to keep an eye on him.
and keep him included. Support your film venture, live in the guest house. It wasn't like they had this crazy distant. I don't know what it was like behind the scenes, but there's like 5, 7 different events in here where Rob Reiner is trying to bring his son and the family around. These family pictures in Tahoe.
Yeah, everywhere. So he's
and Nick is the kid. Nick.
Yeah, it's Nick.
He's like, I would get methed up. I would get on heroin and trash the guest house.
Yeah. And he was still living there apparently, and but there's the detail on this. So he's at the Christmas party. He's in a hoodie. Everyone else is in tuxedos.
Bobby.
Yeah. At the party, he reportedly, according to the Wall Street Journal, was approaching A-list guests. Say, "What's your name? Are you famous?"
Me too.
Okay, that's what Bobby would do. Rob introduces him to Bill Hader. Nick interrupts Hader, who says he's in the middle of a conversation. NBC says that Nick stared at Hader before storming off. Nick was then asked to leave the party. Sources say that Rob and Michelle brought Nick to the party to, quote, keep an eye on him about concerns about his drug addiction. According to the district attorney, they're killed in the early morning hours. Sources say the couple was found in bed with their throats were cut. And they may have been asleep at the time. So he may have broken into the house. Not broke in, he's got a key, obviously. And then they had been...
And the daughter found him.
The daughter found him. So Nick returned home
and
after
she
the party.
told the investigators that the brother should be a suspect because he's dangerous.
So he checks into the Pierside Santa Monica Hotel with his own credit card. Okay. And witnesses describe him as looking all like kind of tweaked out and everything. And hotel staff discovered a shower that was just covered.
Oh, no.
Covered in blood. Blood trails leading from the bed to a window. A massage therapist shows up at their house, cannot get in. She calls the daughter, Romy, who lives across the street. She's 27. Romy gains entry, goes upstairs, and sees her dad. Immediately calls 911. Then immediately calls Billy Crystal, who's a very close friend of the family, right? Obviously, when Harry met Sally, paramedics arrive. Billy Crystal goes into the house and finds Rob and Michelle. Larry David went into the house and found Rob and Michelle. I could not imagine being called that my neighbor had this happen to him and then say, "Oh, you know what? I want to go look at this. I want to go inside and see."
Yeah,
I could not imagine.
I feel like
that.
just one person has to find them. And once one person has to find them, I feel like they would tell anybody else coming over there, like, don't go in there. I don't know why you'd go look.
Paramedics arrive. They find the mother also passed away. This is when Romy learned of her mom's death. First responders attempted to render aid, but they were both pronounced dead at the scene. Romy tells authorities, like you mentioned, the brother lived on property. Nick was not found. LAPD issues an alert for Nick at about 9:15 p.m. on Sunday. Nick is arrested about 15 miles from the house. Police surrounded him. Nick appeared calm, raised his arms in surrender. He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and a special allegation that he personally used a dangerous weapon. Faces life in prison without parole or the death penalty if convicted.
Bobby, I usually ask you these things off air, and if you need to think about it and don't want to answer,
hit me.
It's deep.
Oh, hit me.
It's really deep. But I was wondering this to myself. What do you think God does with a situation like Nick Reiner?
What do you mean? What does he do? Like does he get special punishment?
His act, along with like mental illness, that maybe is contributing. Obviously, I think is contributing to killing his parents.
So it would.
Is he going up, down, somewhere in the middle? What's that judgment?
So you are not going up or down for your actions, according to God. Like your actions change with the change of your soul or of your heart is what it would be. But no, they would. There's the default, so to say, like, well,
What's the committee deciding?
If it's mental, when somebody says, like, well, what about mental illness or whatever else? Doctrine, the theological doctrine would say that you begin life as you're going to hell. Like, that's the default. And then you need salvation from it. So if there's never salvation, like, that wouldn't change anything until you were saved. That's what the theology would teach.
So down.
It does not sound like he's had his heart changed, I don't believe.
Okay.
So,
all right. Thank you for that.
I don't. His heart can change only once. I will never believe that dude goes to heaven ever.
Well, you've always said that you don't hold people.
there's only one thing that's taught as being the unpardonable sin. That's blaspheming the Holy Spirit.
I get you,
But
that's where I kind of split with you.
I'm just
But you've always kind of excused some CTE actions
Oh,
of
for
behavior.
sure, absolutely, yeah. From I do, yeah. There's
How's this much different?
well, I don't know. If this is what it is. Maybe it is.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe-
I'm not
yeah.
saying CTE, but brain chemical imbalance, whatever it is,
Yep.
wires crossed.
Totally get it. Because yeah, CTE is a frontal lobe thing, and there are frontal lobe issues that could really impact your decision making. For sure. I'm just talking about in the general sense. You know, like the whole idea that murderers and stuff and rapists are just destined for heaven because they happen to believe. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm a full-on works guy, baby. I'm a works guy.
All right,
Catholic.
Speaking of Hollywood, I don't know who actually cares about this, but I guess it's going to be big news in Hollywood that the Oscars are going to be broadcast on YouTube.
Yeah, that to me is significant news. They announced yesterday Oscars are going to YouTube starting in 2029, that's a significant pull for them. Now we're starting to talk about moving away from television for something that is, that's entertainment. Super Bowl has always been for years. So it's like, imagine if they're like, yeah, the Super Bowl is just not going to be on your TV next year.
Crazy, right?
And for entertainment, that's what it is. So I mean, Oscars it starts in 2029, so we're a few years away from it. But man, I don't know how that's going to work in terms of with advertising. I assume it's just going to be the same advertising. It's just going to be on the live stream. You're going to watch it that way. But YouTube is definitely trying to become like the Amazon of entertainment, where it's just we own everything and we operate everything.
We got a third airport in the Metroplex.
McKinney, we do. Velo Airlines. They're a Houston-based. They're like a low budget. They're like a budget carrier. They're one of the like the low-cost carriers. They signed a 5-year agreement with the airport that includes an optional 5-year extension, established use of the runways and taxiways. So this really is kind of awesome if you live on the northern side of DFW and you're sick and tired of driving to Love or DFW Airport, that you could just be able to fly out of McKinney Airport now. So they've got this agreement, and they're going to start slow, but I don't know where they're going to have flights to. I know it's a Houston base, so I imagine a lot of flights to Houston, but this is like step one of creating a third airport. And look, New York City has 3 airports. LA's got like 5. San Francisco Bay Area's got San Fran, Oakland, San Jose. They got a ton. All right. So we have kind of eclipsed the size of just 2.
Well, and it's the more the Metroplex goes north, the more it's like if you're technically in the metropolitan area and you're up near the Red River, that's going to be a pain to have to drive down there to you're going to have people who live out there who need access to airports. So I would guess McKinney would function in a large part for those types of people who live there.
What's your weekly AI story, Bob?
Okay, so have you guys ever used ChatGPT or anything else? I know we've talked about it.
I've been using Grok a lot more.
Okay, so you use Grok a little bit, right?
I use Gemini, whatever Google AI is.
Oh, Gemini. Okay. All right. So one of the things is there are limitations. Not so much on Grok. Grok will basically let you do whatever because they're wild. But on ChatGPT and other things, which are more powerful resources, they will limit the way you can do things. If you ask things about violence, if you ask about, hey, create a AI girl for me and have her do all sorts of crazy stuff on the screen.
Check Bobby's history.
It's not going to let you do it. But there is apparently a jailbreak system that researchers have found. Wired.com wrote about this. You can get ChatGPT to help you build a nuclear bomb.
I don't know if we should even be relaying
Unethical life hacks. Warning.
No.
If you simply design the prompt in the form of a poem. So I've noticed that on some of these prompts, if you use really awful like spelling or you use really bad grammar and just kind of almost talk like a caveman, the thing will spit stuff out because it doesn't register that you're making the direct request. It tries to just interpret what you're saying, but because you didn't make a direct request, it doesn't flag you right away and it generates what you asked for. So apparently poems are the same way. They're like, oh, what a beautiful poem. By the way, here's your nuclear bomb.
Did you see Kyrie knock over the robot yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah. It was a little, when he did it, I was like, is that thing expensive? Could he have broken it?
Yeah, I think those guys, I don't know those guys were thrilled with Kyrie.
No, I don't.
That robot was down for the count.
Which doesn't say, I mean,
Because he got everyone golf carts.
Yeah.
Kyrie's very spiritual, very, very human connection. So I could definitely see him being like, get out of here. I'm not going to get iRoboted here. We're not going to have this.
Yeah, good. I mean, we need to keep the robots in the place anyway.
You check them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to see the NFL add an 18th game? Why Micah Parsons may have put that in jeopardy. Next, on the home of the Cowboys in Below, right here, 105.3 The Fan. But let Hurtado Barbecue help make your holiday meal special. Pre-order their signature favorites like turkey breast that feeds 4 to 5, the spiral ham, an entire brisket, an entire brisket that is already cooked for you that cost a lot of what other stores, your wholesalers, are charging uncooked. A beef rib rack as well. Add the family sides that feed 10 to 12 to round out your table with ease. That Christmas pickup is the day before, but the quantities are limited. They sold out for Thanksgiving, so don't be left out when it comes to the Christmas spread. Go ahead and start it at HurtadoBBQ.com or stop by any of their locations, Dallas Farmers Market, Arlington, Fort Worth, or Mansfield. And Brandon, because it's Mexico, he's adding the dozen pork verde tamales. You can go ahead and get it. The tamales, if you know, you know, especially being in my family. Apple crumble pie, classic pumpkin pie, and the classic pecan for dessert. Tell them Sean for the Fans sent you to the official barbecue of the Texas Rangers. It's Hurtado at HurtadoBBQ.com.
Coming up on the next KNC Masterpiece, which Cowboys players are you hopeful for in the last 3 games of the season? Plus, the time has arrived at 12:20, the great Christmas movie bracket. Join the show 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on The Fan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions.
What up,
real
y'all?
people.
Hey Dallas, it's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes, QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 972-972-8610. That's 972-972-8610. 972-972-8610.
Hello, seniors 65 and older. Want more personalized health care? Then check out Centerwell Senior Primary Care in DeSoto in the Walmart on West Beltline Road in I-35 East. At Centerwell, your senior-focused doctor spends more one-on-one time with you. You really feel heard, not hurried. Also, current patients enjoy same-day appointments appointments, and 24/7 phone access to the care team. Schedule a tour at Centerwell DeSoto at meetcenterwelldallas.com.
We're here at Genesis of Plano, part of the Huffines Auto family, and all year we've been asking customers what the it means, and Huffines has it. And right now, it is the most attractive deals of the year on all of the special vehicles you've had your eye on. And at Genesis of Plano, we've got a great selection of new 2025 GV70s and GV80 SUVs with low APR financing and low payments with no hidden fees. Happy holidays from Huffines.
Football season is in full swing, and however you like to get in on the action, you can do it on Underdog right now in Texas. This season, you can make team picks and player picks. Just download the app, sign up, and you'll get $75 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. And using Underdog, it's easy. Just pick whether your favorite team will win, or if your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Plus, with Underdog's ultra-fast payouts, you can get your profits in a snap. So download the app today. Use promo code MASTERPIECE to score $75 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Player picks, team picks, all on Underdog. Crypto.com predictions are powered by Underdog. Trading derivatives involve risk and might not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit nadex.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For Crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to a product traded on the CDNA. Must be 18 or over and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing.terms_dfs_.html for details concerning your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stay cozy, stay home, and still save big online during Lowe's December deal drops. Right now, get 2 free select tools from DeWalt, Craftsman, or Copo when you buy a select battery or combo kit. Plus, all rewards members get free standard shipping. Shop new December deal drops on Lowe's.com every week. Lowe's, we help, you save. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska or Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Get your fresh Stars content with the #1 Stars podcast, Spits and Suds, presented by the On-Time Experts, keeping Stars fans comfortable all season long. Check out the latest Spits and Suds episode wherever your favorite podcasts are found.
It's back to Sean and RJ right here on 105.3 The Fan segment here brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market, upgrade your vehicle. Get a Classic Chevrolet Grapevine today. The back-to-back #1 Chevy dealership in the world. More new Chevys than anyone else. All priced to sell. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive, relax, enjoy the difference based on new Chevrolet registrations 2023 and 2024.
The great Bobby Bell.
Bobby Bell is an idiot.
Don't make me take off my belt.
Don't make me take off my belt.
We're not. Over to you, Bobby.
Micah may have just robbed you of extra football. Or actually, Bo Nix did.
Yeah.
Because he's the reason that Micah got hurt.
Boy.
Let's talk about it here in Below the Belt, which is sponsored by D&M Leasing and Window Nation. I believe both of you are on board with the 18th game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you definitely are, because you just, more football the better.
Yep.
You?
I'd rather 18 than 17. I hate odd numbers. I'd also rather 16 than 17. It's either 16 or 18. I hate.
Would you rather 16 or 18 then?
I have zero opinion on that. I'm fine with either one.
So
I think 16 is great. I think 18 is fine too.
Mike Jones, Mike Jones from The Athletic, wrote this week about the injuries to Patrick Mahomes and Micah Parsons, and said that as Patrick Mahomes and Micah Parsons hobbled to their respective locker rooms Sunday evening, moments after each tumbled to the turf and writhed in pain while trainers and team doctors rushed to their aid, a sickening feeling settled over all who watched. Two of pro football's brightest stars, we soon learned, each tore on an ACL in an otherwise spectacular day of late season football. And he starts quoting statistics and pointing to just various injury notes that occur later in the season. And he says that this is the proof of like the whole war of attrition thing, and the longer you go on and the more you jeopardize injuries, the more you're going to start taking out stars. And so he says that this is the biggest argument we have right now for this is why you should not go to the 18-game schedule. You're going to potentially end up you're increasing the odds that you're looking at postseasons without big stars. report, those teams are in there, and the Jordan Travis situation of Florida State, where Florida State's really good, then at the end of the year he gets hurt, and now you're looking at putting a Florida State team in a bowl game that doesn't have their quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's like, this isn't very good at all. And this has become...
It would mean a lot more to me if they got hurt in week 17. Like, hey, this was after the 16th game.
Right.
Like it was before week 16 even.
Right. And here's the thing, and this is why I don't think this ends up being a compelling case. Now, there have been a lot of injury issues in 2025. Sports Info Solutions had done a write-up a couple weeks ago of the teams that have been most and least affected by injuries in the NFL. And Dallas actually they basically created this formula where it's similar to EPA, expected points added. And you're trying to determine how many points have been lost by the players you're missing that season. So they don't want to grade everybody equally. You losing 5 backups is not the same as losing 1 Patrick Mahomes. So that's supposed to be like, all right, how much does that total up to cumulatively? And so when they took a look at creating the score, the total points missed, you start going down the list, and you look, and you look, and you look, and as many injuries as the Dallas Cowboys have had, they're in the back end of points missed.
Yeah, the other day, and this is another unfortunate thing, we could do this every year with them, an opportunity missed that the league presented you. And this year it's Dak's health. It's Dak's year and Dak's health. I was waiting to see how much Jerry used injuries as an excuse when he came on this the other day. He mentioned it a little bit, but for the most part, he called out his own defense and Eberflus, and it may have been the most forthright Jerry interview of the season with us on Tuesdays, but I'll remember this year for screwing up Dak Prescott's health when a lot of us would have bet a ton of money on him missing at least 1 game.
Who are the favorites right now to meet in the Super Bowl that you quoted yesterday?
The favorites were
the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And
no.
I don't even.
It was the Patriots. Patriots and Rams was like the betting favorite for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The 2 teams with the fewest points lost to injuries this season, according to Sports Info Solution, are the Patriots and the Rams. Next is the Eagles. Next is the Broncos.
Yeah.
You start looking at it, you're like, okay.
And the Rams have gotten lucky a couple times. Yeah. With the F them picks, no depth, they got lucky with injuries. And then you got Matt Stafford and you got Devontae. Right, and not Devontae's hurt now with the hamstring, but Stafford's going to win MVP.
Seahawks are just outside the top 5 here too, and they've been one of the better teams. And so it definitely is the whole war of attrition argument. Right. They've been preserved by that.
But unlike Denver and New England, the Rams have played a brutal schedule. Like their opponents' winning percentage is like .570, whereas New England and Denver, it's at or below .400.
And they got another one tonight at Seattle.
Stupid.
The most brutalized team by injuries is the Cardinals in terms of points missed. So second worst in the NFL is the 49ers, who are at 162. The worst is the Cardinals at 195. They've lost essentially 33 expected points added to injuries this year. But impressive, the Bills are one of the 5 worst teams in terms of points missed, and they still continue to play better as they go along. But kind of a cool way to just look at the way that injuries affect them. Dallas has lost some of the most games in the NFL, but they're way lower on the list in terms of points missed. So they're missing guys that ultimately don't matter as much. But this injury issue and the stuff that stacks up, this is becoming the one that they think is like, that'll be the most compelling way to be able to fight it. And you're not going to win because this same argument came up with 17 games, and I don't remember the examples they used.
They won't even listen to every player saying we prefer grass over turf, and they won't listen and believe them on that. They may believe them. They don't care. Right. They don't care about the players on the field saying we don't want artificial turf. They're like, no, our research and studies say that you are wrong.
Right. And they're going to look at last weekend with two guys on grass, or even they're going to be more. I've proved it to myself. I don't need to hear any of the data. Yet here we are, a handful of months away for the World Cup, and every single stadium is putting grass in.
Are they?
Every single one.
And then you'll have Jonathan Gannon and every other coach complain about lack of practice time. Gannon was asked, why do you guys miss so many tackles? And he blamed the practice schedule. That's what the players get in exchange, and I don't blame them at all. I'm amazed. I'm amazed that these football players can go to the training camps that we watch in Oxnard with 0 tackling and then go from 0 to 100 with week 1. I'm like, how can your bodies take that? You're not tackling in practice at all, or mini camps or OTAs, and it's amazing to me. I don't know of any other sport if there's a 0 to 6 thing that is not practiced before your season begins than tackling and getting hit.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas certainly looked like they didn't practice it this year.
Hey.
All right, let's go to some Brian Schottenheimer audio from yesterday. First, did you guys see the viral clip of what looked like?
Oh, thank you.
Brian Schottenheimer asking, what the F are we doing to Matt Eberflus when they had to call timeout in the red zone?
Yes.
So Brian Schottenheimer was not asked specifically about saying that, because, that would take a lip reading. Instead, he was just asked, hey, there was a situation down in the red zone. What is it that you guys have had so many issues getting personnel on the field? This is what Brian Schottenheimer said.
Well, every once in a while there's headset issues. Those do happen. I mean, they happen on offense. The headsets don't always work perfectly. But the biggest thing I think is just the urgency of the call coming in from Flus and then getting communicated from the green dot and then getting lined up. It's not been perfect. We need to be better, because if you're late to get lined up, which we were, it makes the players uneasy, certainly. And then we were doing a number of things, Todd, where we were trying to match certain receivers on guys, and looking back in hindsight, probably tried to match too many guys. And so a number of things.
Sounds like 2 areas of criticism right there.
He's so great at answering it. He addresses it honestly without destroying Eberflus, but the world is going to point to that as the final breaking moment. Like, that's the lasting image of Schottenheimer yelling at Eberflus on the headset.
And he's just told you 2 different ways he disagreed with him. He goes, the urgency of the call getting in from Flus.
Yeah.
And then he said it's a line of communication, but all those things need to be better. But then at the end of that Flus was probably trying to match up too much. Like, he didn't need to be doing that.
This happens. I know receivers and players go, these disagreements and yelling and screaming at each other happens 10 times a game. I don't believe that. I think the cameras would pick that up more often than not. This does happen 3 to 5 times a game at least. So I'm not making the big... Maybe he did snap and he's done with Eber, but Brian Schottenheimer has been yelled at a ton like that too throughout his assistant career.
Yeah. Now we always enjoy Football 101 from Brian Schottenheimer.
Oh, yeah.
we enjoy when Schotty gets into specifics or decides to teach a little bit. So yesterday he was asked a question near the end of his press conference where I thought he just gave kind of a cool answer, and this will just be a nice Football 101 thing for people listening. But he was asked about when you're in the shotgun, and sometimes running backs are even with the quarterback, sometimes they're a little behind him, sometimes they're standing like up in front of the quarterback a little bit. And he was asked about the running back depth, and specifically when the running back is standing in front of the quarterback and why teams would do that.
There's different philosophies. The number one thing you would say is, obviously, I've always talked about how you want to create the depth of the pocket. It starts in the A-gaps. When you keep your back at depth, if the guy blitzes, there's a collision that usually happens about 2.5 yards deep in the backfield, and the quarterbacks are trusting that the back's going to get there. That's one reason. The bigger issue is now there's so many pick stunt side that, like, they pick the guard, or they'll pick the center, or they'll pick the guard and they'll wrap the defensive lineman with the backer. When you're at different depths, it's almost impossible to pass that off. So by moving them up into location, they can work together. It'd be like Tad and I working together to pass the game would be a lot easier than me and you working on a game because of the proximity to one another. So that's one of the reasons why we do it.
If your back is there and if you need help on the edge, is it still possible for the back to get over and help the tackle on the outside?
That's why people do it, because they know when you get stuck down in the A-gaps right there, that's why they know, hey, you can't help the tackle. So we do a lot of our chips with tight ends and things like that on the edges. So it's just different philosophies, and not right or wrong, but again, it's designed for a reason, and everybody has it.
If coaching doesn't work out for him, I do want to see him do broadcasting, like do color analyst for a game. I think him breaking down plays right after they happen, I think he'd be so good.
There's been some great Football 101s this week. Kevin O'Connell had a tremendous clip, and yesterday the big one was Cousins.
Yeah, Cousins talking about
that's what Amazon basketball is doing. Orlovsky will do a little bit of it, and I've enjoyed that, but you don't see Jason Garrett. Like, they Chris Sims, Jason Garrett, they might do it for one big play. But the big question in broadcasting has always been, how much of this should you give to the audience? How many understand it? How many just want to feel like they understand it. It doesn't matter if it's going over their heads. How much of this should you actually give, or do you save it for your Peyton Manning detail shows? Tim Legler is doing a great thing right now where he's breaking down NBA plays. You know, I watched one with Carlisle recently. So this is kind of what Dirk has gone viral for teaching
finger placement.
Anunoby how to shoot. And he's sitting there showing you how the last two fingers where they should be, and the guide, and the railroad tracks, and all that. So that's what Amazon is getting praised.
And then when you see something like that Dirk was doing with the basketball, you see a correlation for all the sports. The three-bit, basketball, football, and baseball. The power finger is the one that you want to touch the ball last.
That's what she said.
Whether it's football, you're flicking the booger, right? Or baseball, the power finger when you're throwing, you get the most spin on it. In basketball, and like all these things kind of come together.
Below on the Cowboys with Sean, RJ, and Roberto. We have our final concert ticket giveaway of the show. Tommy Yarsh at 9:20, but it's not stranger danger. RJ Choppy has Ranger anger. Next on the home of your Texas Rangers, 105.3 The Fan. But let me go ahead and get you on over to Trajan Wealth. What happens when the season ends? Like for that team we were just talking about, the football team, but your expenses don't. Sean Stray for Trajan Wealth, TRAJAN Wealth.com. Sports seasons come and go, but in retirement, the season never really ends. You still need income, you still have goals, and you still want peace of mind. That's why having the best strategy matters. Trajan Wealth builds wealth management plans that are designed to last. They take into account your unique goals, your comfort with risk, and what you want retirement to look like. Whether that's traveling, giving back, or just enjoying more time with the people you love, they'll help you create a plan and make it possible with offices in Frisco, Arlington, Southlake, Fort Worth, and McKinney. Trajan Wealth is right here in your backyard. So call them and set that appointment like I did. 469-579-3500, 469-579-3500. That's 469-579-3500 or TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
When sports news breaks, these guys break in immediately. You're getting your sports fix and sharing some laughs. With Sean and RJ on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey iHeart and TuneIn app.
This former Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. MVP favorite Matthew Stafford has his Rams atop my power rankings this week, ahead of Denver. However, if Bo Nix keeps this up, the Broncos will be Super Bowl 60 bound. Next come New England, Houston, and Chicago, hoping to avenge its loss at Green Bay this weekend. Buffalo, Philadelphia, Seattle, San Francisco, and Jacksonville round out my top 10. Too bad the Jags can't play the Jets every week. I'm over Esiason.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110. Guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. That's 800-676-1090.
Rates are available to vary by state. Several rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting and required to qualify.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
Get that end zone dance ready. Football is back. And nobody brings a pregame party like Specs, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Specs has Texas' largest selection of canned cocktails, spirits, wines, and gourmet bites. Everything you need to take your watch party from JV to the pros. So head down to Specs and cheers to savings. Down, set, delicious. Specs, the fun starts here.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind. knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Want to save big before the year ends? Case Construction Equipment and ASCO can help you maximize your year-end tax savings. Talk to your tax advisor about bonus depreciation and Section 179 to see how you can save on new or used equipment. Whether you need an excavator, skid steer, or other heavy equipment, ASCO and Case Construction have you covered. But don't wait. Visit ASCOEQ.com or contact your local ASCO branch today and make the most of your year-end tax savings.
Imagine there was more of you. A you to handle schedules and time cards. A you to make sure all the right new hire forms are completed. When you partner with Paychecks, we become an extension of your team. From easy online payroll and benefits to expert HR advice, we give you more of you. New customers, book a meeting with Paychecks and get a $50 gift card. Visit paychecks.com/you.
Big post again with K-Post Roofing, Waterproofing, and Solar. In the past year alone, over 260 outages have left thousands in the dark. Sometimes for hours, sometimes for days. But what if you could stay ahead of the next blackout? At K-Post, we believe your home should always be a safe and secure haven. So we offer innovative solar and battery solutions along with backup generators to give you control and peace of mind. Act now and secure your home and your family by scheduling your free no-obligation consultation at kpostcompany.com. K-Post Company is your commercial and residential roofing, waterproofing, and solar experts, securing your world since 2004.
We weren't clever enough to name a show after barbecue sauce, so we just play them.
Big news in auto leasing. D&M Leasing has acquired AutoFlex Leasing, creating the largest independent auto leasing company in the U.S. To our AutoFlex customers, you're still working with the same trusted team just under the D&M name. Now enjoy even more and better terms with D&M's buying power and no payments until 2026 on your new lease. Keep your cash where you need it and save even more this holiday season. Visit dmautoleasing.com or call 817 or 214-35-LEASE today.
This segment of The Fan is brought to you by the On-Time Experts.
Hi, this is Pete Thompson with the Consumer Team. If you're being told you need to buy a new furnace, don't get ripped off. Call the On-Time Experts for a free second opinion and learn the truth. Book your appointment now at theontimeexperts.com. Theontimeexperts.com.
It's a Thirsty Thursday, proudly being sponsored by our friends at K-Post Roofing and Waterproofing.
Your touchdown, leave it up. Home of America's team is 105.3 The Fan. Go back to KRLD FM and HD1, Dallas Fort Worth, an Odyssey sports station.
Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios, this is Sean and RJ on 105.3 The Fan.
You're an idiot. You don't know baseball.
Ranger fans, you're not dreaming.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
How can you not be romantic about already being depressed about the next year? And we're not even in literally the next year yet.
Oh, RJ's about to have a fan base call out here. I can feel it coming. Another one.
Oh, don't say that. I'm not coming after UNT anymore. We've done that. But
yeah, the Power 5 programs have gone after them enough by stealing their roster.
Starting to get a little depressed. What bothers me is I don't think I haven't heard enough people being angry and upset about it. I just haven't. Yeah, I think people are still riding high off the title. And I just have to say, that is unacceptable.
We need a bolt truck for you.
That is unacceptable. Well, I don't know how to splice it myself and then post it for everybody without a caption or anything, whatever. And the thing is, this team knows that we're letting them get away with it. Because they're continuing, again, another what I'm hearing article of yesterday about the what's happenings around the sport when it comes to trades and free agency. And this isn't just one publication. This is the two biggest publications out there in the sports world, ESPN and SI. Do we consider SI still a big public? I mean, it's got a name. Yeah, it's got a name.
I don't know.
You what?
I don't. No,
you don't?
no,
Okay.
I do not.
Well, I still do. Because, you know, they still, I mean, Tom Verducci, you see Verducci, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But all these trade proposals, Dodgers getting Tarek Skubal, the Mets getting Mason Miller, right? Rangers, not a part of it. My favorite pastime is this time of year, Command F. which is the find on Apple, and then type it in Rangers or Ranger, and the only thing that comes up is Ranger Suarez. The Rangers are never involved in any of these. And it's very, very bothersome to me. And to be completely non-competitive in the 2 years after winning not just the only title in franchise history, but maybe the most improbable and out-of-nowhere World Series title since the 91 Twins, who went from worst to first. The Rangers title came literally out of nowhere.
Yep. Yeah, were the Royals that way? I can't remember.
Maybe. Marlins in 03, maybe.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. Whatever. But still, out of nowhere. And then in the year 3, to do absolutely nothing to get better. And I like the Brandon Nimmo thing. I am all on board with the Brandon Nimmo signing. To do absolutely nothing.
Especially after his fight with
right.
the
Yes, huge, big time. How to get Matt Shaw now.
Gonna get a weekly with him.
Yeah. But
1080.
Yeah, but, it's just it's disappointing to see.
Yeah, look at the different fan bases. Like, so the Mets fan base is freaking out. Now, I guess I can counter you and say, well, the Mets fan base is freaking out, and they're not doing anything because of it. They're continuing to lose people.
Right.
The Boston fan base is putting heat on them. Philadelphia, you better re-sign Schwarber. So
right.
The Yankees,
sure.
all the time. But
every day I see hey, by the way, the Yankees have signed $0 worth of free agents this year. It's like, people are, they're upset. There's no doubt.
But I agree with you. The Texas Ranger fan not freaking out loudly. I mean, the biggest freak out was about the White Sox moving here. The white team. All whites.
Oh, the all white.
The all white lineup.
Yes, the sounds about white lineup.
Yeah. But we've now talked in detail about Danny Jansen, Alexis Diaz, Tyler Alexander, Tyler Wade, Andrew Velasquez. Let me say that last name again. Velasquez. So they're adding minors. They're adding.
Sounds like a World Series to me.
Sounds like a World Series to me.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Now, why do you think that is, Josh Hamilton?
Well, Bob, why are they not?
Why are we not loud? Why are we not blasting them? Why are we not going off? Why are we not talking about this like a Dallas Cowboys off season?
Because it's the Dallas Cowboys that are still on top of mind. Mm-hmm. And that takes up our bandwidth. And, this is not, I don't know that I've known anybody, I've lived here 30 years, I don't think I've known anybody that has done the old Cowboy game in the afternoon, Ranger game at night, big day, set it all up. I've never seen that.
I mean, going to the stadium.
Yeah, just go into both games, right? Or, go, and, like where it's like, hey, it's an event, I'm going to this one, we go to that. No, we
probably
are
ticket broker Mike, but that's,
our bandwidth is such that it's like, we have one. All of our eggs are in the Cowboys basket until the season's over, and then we move on to the Mavs, then we move on to the Stars, and then we move on to the Rangers, and we never kind of cross-pollinate.
It's a little like when the politician tells you they're going to do something and they don't fulfill the campaign promise, they give another promise, they don't fulfill it. Then by the third time, I'm not like mad about it. I'm just like, okay, like I just know you're not going to do it. And that's the thing. I've heard for like 2 off seasons in a row, like just get us through this time, and then boy, we're going to be spending again. And then it's like, oh look, you're not spending again. Other than whatever capital you're going to send away for the next, like, 4th starter that you want to add to your rotation.
You mentioned Danny Jansen. There's a fan account. It's called Right on Rangers that did some really good stuff the other day. They talk about him being an upgrade from an offensive standpoint at catcher from Jonah Heim, which isn't really saying a ton because Jonah wasn't, like, the greatest offensive player at all last year. Maybe one of the... Now, and he's really, really good at blocking, right? So he's a good receiver. But while Jonah Heim had a really good frame rate, especially in the World Series year, Jansen's frame rate is not nearly that good. He's in the bottom 10% in the sport from a frame rate perspective.
Ain't gonna matter, baby. Automatic balls and strikes are coming. You don't have to worry about frame rate.
But the other thing is he's also in the bottom 10% of pop time.
Of what?
Pop time. So when you're a catcher, right? The pop time is how long basically it takes from when the pitcher lifts his leg, that ball to get down to second base, right? So that's the pop time.
Like throwing guys out stealing.
Yeah. So you want it.
We've named that pop time.
It's called pop time. Okay. So, at the major league level, 1-8, somewhere 1.8 seconds. You're looking at a very small amount of time, right? And at the high school level, like an elite high school player is maybe like 2 seconds flat, right? And he's in the bottom 10% of pop time. So we're going from Heim and then previously Jose Trevino, who had a really good frame rate, to not a great one. And if you're going to lean into run prevention, part of that is stopping the actual run, the running game of the other team. And they've added some good arms. Like we said, they're obviously not good arms. They've added some arms. They're obviously leaning into the run prevention, but there's still a lot of guys out there. Everyone's waiting on Bregman. Everyone's waiting on Tucker, Bellinger, where they're going to go. But if you just sit around waiting for everybody else, you might lose out on guys. You might have to pay more for them. And there's still guys out there that we can get.
Danny Jansen's bat speed is slower than Jonah Heim's. His average exit velocity is slower than Jonah Heim. His strikeout percentage is about the same. His hard hit percentage is about the same. So looks like he's pretty similar. He just had some of them fall into open grass a little more frequently.
All right, Diamond Cavs on the home of the Rangers here with RJ Choppy. Ranger anger that we're not blasting them and putting enough pressure on them, whether it's through the fan base or the media. I got to know the wide receiver chat that has to exist on all levels of football. I'm watching these games on the college level and the pro level, and they all are coming up with like their little celebrations. And I'm like, how are you all? Who's starting it? Like, how's the trend getting out for you to do the CeeDee Lamb pot stir or the George Pickens peekaboo, Pickens boo? I don't know what, but I'll see it on Saturday and then I'll see it Sunday, and then I'll see it on Sunday and then I'll see it mimicked on a Saturday. So I'm like, how? Like, the network that the wide receivers have is super impressive. Well, the latest celebration was from the Detroit Lions, and Bobby was talking about booger picking.
No, he was, and it's gross. There's the flicking. You were talking about flicking the booger last segment.
Sorry, Choppy was talking about booger flicking.
I used to do that with my blinds.
I know. In the bottom of your car?
That's their
floor mat?
Those are my nails, my fingernails.
Okay. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams in the Lions' last game were apparently told by the referees, stop with whatever you're doing as this celebration.
I want to know what happened to your booger first down celebration. You guys stopped doing it. What is that? Did you see me do it? I saw you do it. I saw like 2 other guys do it. Like, what happened? What happened, bro? We do it the first drive. Our receiver coach comes do it after the first drive. Hey man, ref said you guys can't do that right now. What the? Really? You can't dig in your nose and flick it? That's crazy. Why is that bad? I want to know, NFL. Why can't I dig in my nose and flick it? Like, there's no way. What is bad about that? Is that disrespectful? I'm confused. No, but that is that derogatory? They're anti-fun. I don't know, man. It's not like you're flicking an actual burger on somebody, but that was crazy. Flicking, but like, yeah. Not like, bro. I want to do that all game so bad, bro. Yeah, no, that was good. I'm sick.
Number one, Bobby, this is another guy that I'm aligning myself with you. I'm not liking Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No.
He's annoying. Number two, what a disgusting, nasty, childish celebration.
Disgustingly
awful. I would punish my kid. I would punish my kid for a week if they were out there doing this in youth sports. With that said, there's no reason for the NFL not to allow them to do it.
Right. It's not, there's, like,
FAF, objective.
Is there
It's stupid, it's childish, it's disgusting, but what's wrong with it?
I understand if there's some kind of gang affiliation or whatever. The leagues are always very, they're
scared of pickers don't go to South Dallas because of
it's like talking about booger sugar. That's what it is. It's
a
drug reference.
The nose wipe is could be seen as a
cocaine.
No, more like, that's like the take them out kind of thing.
Oh.
Wipe your nose clean to that person.
I was thinking,
it's a Boosie reference.
Sexual.
So, I can understand that one. The bug, I mean, went and tested the bug. They're just, it's paying homage.
The NFL stopped that.
They're paying homage to that. I don't get that. And plus, Jameson had a shiesty on anyway. You can't pick your nose through that.
The shiesty. It's another thing. Schottenheimer. They tried to make Schottenheimer wear the shiesty in practice. He couldn't take it.
Yeah, we got to retire the shiesty. I don't like it.
Why?
I just don't like it. It looks like they're going skiing.
All right, odds from Bet Online. Who's going to win the AFC North?
The Ravens.
No, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh minus 140.
Oh, good for them.
58% chance for Pittsburgh. Will Myles Garrett break the sack record in Week 16?
Yes.
No, minus 200.
Well, you're wrong, Vegas.
He needs 1.5 sacks.
You don't shut the hell up.
To
It's not me
break.
doing it.
And I hope Myles gets it before the Week 17 game too, so we don't have to say.
Asterisk.
Over under 24.5 sacks for Myles. That's whatever you think, but that's where the over under is right now. Will the Chiefs make the playoffs next season?
No.
Yes is minus 180.
Vegas, you have not learned your damn lesson yet on those. Like, that's fine. I'm going to go back and cross-reference all the things I split with Vegas on before the season and prove them that they don't know what the F they're talking about.
That they won't make the playoffs?
They're not going to make the playoffs. No, hell no. Patrick Mahomes will be back after like a month, and they're old and trash anyway. They have Mahomes all year.
Phillip Rivers passing yards. Week 16 against San Fran Monday night. The over-under is 160.5. He threw for 120 last week.
I'll take the under.
Phillip Rivers passing touchdowns, over-under 1.5.
Under.
Under's minus 250. Longest pass completion, over-under's 19.5.
Is that air yards question or with the run?
I don't know. His longest in Week 15 was 17 yards. They're probably going to take not the air yards.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
Over.
Which will be higher in Week 16? This is from Bet Online. This is not Sean Sharif. Colts total yards or Rivers' weight?
How heavy is he?
His weight is being estimated by odds makers at 260. The Colts had 215 total yards in his first start.
Who are they playing?
San Fran.
Under.
Will Rivers win a game this year as starting quarterback of the Colts?
Yeah.
They got a tough schedule.
No is minus 140. You've literally missed every single
I have no idea who they're playing. I'm just assuming.
They play Houston still, like the Jags twice, and then San Fran. Or no, they play Jags and San Fran. It's crazy.
Will Tua start game 1 next year of the NFL season?
For the Dolphins or just with anyone?
Period.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Again, they're wrong.
He's
When
gonna
I
start
go
with
back,
Miami.
no, this is the same thing. This is like when Choppy has referenced what the sharps are telling him and stuff, and how I've been right every time. This will be the same thing. We're revisiting this. Peyton, mark it, put it in a folder. We're marking all this.
Will he start for Miami?
No. He'll be gone.
Game 1?
No, he'll be gone. He'll be somewhere else.
Tommy Yards.
Someone's going to take on that contract and trade.
Cut.
Tommy Yards, DallasCowboys.com. Then cross-talk with KNC after this.
After we get you to Underdog Fantasy, boys and girls, we have got football tonight. And all you got to do is make your plays on Underdog with the promo code TOLO. Matthew Stafford higher or lower than 230.5 passing yards. How about Jackson Smith and Jigba higher or lower than a half a rush plus receiving TD? Same number for Puka, Nakua, and of course, we have got an opportunity for you with Underdog Unwrapped. You'll unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays, kicking it off with a special boost for Jake Paul's big fight Friday night.
Crypto.com predictions powered by Underdog. Predict trading derivatives involves risk and may not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit nadex.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For Crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to a product traded on CDNA. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Take us with you wherever you go. Now heard on the iHeartRadio app, YouTube, Twitch, TuneIn app, our Odyssey app, and of course with the biggest radio signal in DFW. Thanks for making your favorite travel buddy 105.3 The Fan.
Target's last minute deals are here, right on time to get you holiday ready in no time. Snap beauty gift sets for every style, the hottest toys, can't miss entertainment, crowd pleasing candy, and much more. All under $20. Whether you're hosting or welcoming surprise guests, you'll be ready for all of it for less. Grab them now before they're gone. Last minute deals under $20. Happening now, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
It all